Do you sometimes feel guilty of not working or accomplishing enough at the end of the day? Then I'm going to show you how you can avoid this feeling and instead make sure that you're making progress and that you make the most out of your day and the growth of your business. If you're an agency or ecom owner, you probably know this feeling that sometimes late in the evening you realize, oh damn, I should have accomplished more today, and you feel guilty of not having achieved enough. And there can be two types of this. One is that you know deep down, actually I haven't achieved a lot today and I've probably wasted my time and I worked on the wrong things. Now, in that case, the solution would be actually fixing the way you structure your day, your week, have better time management, improve your habits, have better focus, be more consistent with the way you show up in your habits day in and day out, and also make sure to fix the root cause. Very often it starts already with having better sleep, winding down earlier, and all of that is connected, as you see, in a vicious cycle. And once that is lined up, chances are you won't have that feeling of being guilty at the end of the day, because every day you feel like you make progress on something very needle moving that moves the business forward. Now, then there's a second scenario, and that second scenario is, wow, I actually got stuff done today, right? But still late at night, 8 p.m., 9 p.m., 10 p.m. or whatever, still working on something and then still feeling guilty of not having achieved enough. First of all, you have unrealistic expectations of how much it is possible to achieve. You see all of these videos out there where people claim to work crazy hours and have achieved millions in just a few months and things like that, and everything's so simple, right? Only see the shiny facade basically, and that causes you to compare yourself to that. Deep down, there's some type of mindset block where you deep down derive the feeling of being good enough and external validation from achieving things. And you have to understand, this is a bottomless hole. You can never fill that, because why would it be enough to work until 10? Why don't you work until midnight or more, right? You can never stop. And that's why you have to get to the root of this. If you, for example, learned when growing up that, I'm only worth it if I'm working, you will carry this limiting belief into your adult life. And then you only feel good enough if you basically work and you feel like others need to give you validation. And through status, through money, you will get that validation, that feeling of good enough. Now, that requires mindset work to get rid of that limiting belief, because that is gonna 100% sabotage you. It can either lead you to burning out if you don't control that, because everybody needs to have some form of rest. Or if you neglect that, you're gonna be less efficient actually, because it's not necessary to work like so many hours. It's important to be efficient, to do the right things, to delegate to a team, to build a team, to do the right processes in your business, to work on the right things and be strategic about it. That's a mindset shift that needs to happen. If you understand that truly, then you can start also to step by step let go of these beliefs. There's some mindset work that we also do in our coaching related to that, to go actually very deep and untangle that. The thing that you should ask yourself is, how often do you focus on positive things every day and on things that make you actually feel great, grateful, excited, and also feeling like, yes, I'm making progress? How often do you look at the things you have already achieved, about clients' awesome results of your customers, all of these things? Because if you only look at what you don't have, others are only better, of course, a certain fire of, inspiration is good. But if it comes from a place of lack and scarcity, others are always better, I need to feel better by proving others that I'm good enough and so on, and that's the reason why you feel guilty. Guys, these were two main causes for you to fix. If you want more help with that, you realize you feel guilty and it's causing you frustration and you're not growing your business the most efficient way possible, then go to kilianmarket.com and apply for your free consultation call, and we're gonna come up with a game plan how to improve that for your situation. If you also have tips that have helped you to overcome this feeling of feeling guilty, what would you recommend other entrepreneurs, for example, then comment that below in the comments. I'm gonna read all of those, and I'm excited what tips you entrepreneurs, you agency and ecom owners have for each other that can help someone out that might need it. If this was helpful and you want more tips on how to grow your agency or ecom brand to the next level, but do so without spending all days working inside the operations and having more time for yourself and enjoying the journey along the way more, then subscribe to this channel, hit the button below and activate the clock, and you will always be notified about new videos like that.